Hi everyone, Mrs. Olson here. Today's lesson is titled Geography of India. I have chosen a colorful and fun map to introduce us to the geography of India. It is this yellow part of the map here. The learning target reads, understand the major geographic features of India. All right, here we go. It's always a good idea to take notes. So with location, I'm going to show you another map of India. This one is not quite as colorful or fun, but it does show us modern India in this tan color here and what the boundaries look like today. Okay, so bordering India is China, Pakistan. You can see that it is bordered on the bottom or the south part by oceans, the Arabian Sea, the Indian Ocean, the Bay of Bengal, okay? And now we're going to put on our geographic hats and go back to our geographic skills using absolute location. Remember that absolute location is the exact location on the map of where you find that place. So this reads, India is located between 37 degrees north. Okay, so if we look at our lines of latitude, 37 up here, 37 degrees north, and 8 degrees south latitudes. Okay, so it covers quite an extensive area. The longitude with absolute location, you can say that India is located between 68 degrees east. Okay, so let me move this slightly. See, 70 degrees east. Okay, so we go just a bit farther, 68 degrees east and 100. So here's our 90. And if we could see another line, we could guesstimate that it would be 100 degrees east. Okay. So another geographic skill and knowledge area that we have is about region. What could we say about the region that India is located in? So here is this big map here. And in the corner of this big map, we see a map or a globe of the world. So it is located in the Asian continent, okay? This is considered this Southeast Asia over here. Here is the Middle East. So it is located in the Asian region of the world. Okay, geographic areas. Here we go. So I'm going to move this again just slightly. Okay, so the Thar Desert. The Thar Desert is located in the northwestern part of India. Uh-oh. So here is the western part. Okay. And then here is the Ganges River. And as we learned with many different ancient societies, many cultures grow up or develop along rivers because they help to sustain and grow life. So along the Ganges River is the Ganges Plain. And it is considered to be in the northern part of India, okay? And as we have learned several times over in these river deltas, in these areas that are considered plains of the river, we know that they have given off a lot of silt, and silt makes the land fertile, and that allows us to grow crops. Okay. Now this is called the Indian subcontinent, okay? So sub beneath. It is the Deccan Plateau. Now a plateau isn't quite as tall as a mountain, but it isn't at sea level either. So it is up a little bit from sea level. Okay, so it is considered in the southern part of India. Okay, and like I said before, this is considered the subcontinent of India. Okay, continuation. The Himalayas are a huge, very tall mountain range, and you can see as I am circling them that they lie to the north of India, and they actually help create the border between India and China. It is the world's highest mountain range, the Himalayas. Now, Himalayas actually means home of snow because all year round you can see the tops of the mountains and they are always covered with snow. That's because they are so high in elevation. Now, a little fun fact, Mount Everest is the tallest peak in the world and it belongs in the Himalayas. And it stands at 29,028 feet. If you've ever been on an airplane, that's how high airplanes fly, at 30,000 feet. And that's how tall this mountain is. Amazing. Okay, going into the climate of India. This reads that India's many different climate zones support 65,000 animal species. So India is home to many different kinds of animals. Examples of these animals are elephants, pythons, those are snakes, river dolphins, rhinos, rhinoceros, lions, tigers, and not bears, but birds. There are 12,000 flowering plants, and I'm going to show you some pictures, okay? So here we have an elephant in India. Here is a rhino. This is actually a river dolphin. You can see that it's you can see the banks of the river, so it's not in the ocean. Okay. This is the state flower, the official flower of India, and that is the lotus. This is actually called lantana. In the state of Washington, we can grow these in the summertime, but not in the winter time. But in India, they grow all year round. Maybe you've noticed some lantana in the summertime, maybe like in baskets, flower baskets, or in flower beds. Okay, oceans and rivers of India. So here we go with our map again. The Arabian Sea. Can you see it on the map? Arabian Sea. Okay, Arabian Sea. The Indian Ocean. Here we go, off to the east. The Indus River. The Indus River is actually where the first civilization of India settled, right here, Indus River. Okay. Earliest known civilization of India started along the Indus River. The Ganges River, which we have covered along the banks, is called the Ganges Plain, and it is fertile because of the silt. Okay. And just a little tidbit, so we've talked about the Himalayas being to the north of India, and the Ganges River lies to the south of the Himalayas. Okay. I'm going to pull this down just a bit. And when you look to see where people live in India, it is along the banks of the Ganges River, okay? So this note says that it's the most fertile and densely populated. When something is dense, that means that there's a lot of it in one area. So densely populated. Many people live along the Ganges River. What is a monsoon? It is a wind, actually. So the definition says it's a seasonal shift in wind direction. It can cause heavy rainfall during the summer and dry spells in the winter. So let's take a look at our map. So if we look at the key, the red arrow says these are winter monsoons, those are the dry winds, and the blue arrows are the summer monsoons, those are the wet winds. So the blue arrows in the summertime, you get a lot of rain coming with these winds, okay? And then in the winter time in India, you still get winds. They don't bring the same kind of rain, and they're coming from the Himalayas, these dry winds right here. Okay, so the heaviest rains in the summer monsoon season are in the northeast, up here. I'm going to show you a picture of how much rain they get with these monsoons. Now, these monsoons are very important to India's agriculture. Without them, they would not be able to grow the same kind and as much food. Okay? The monsoons bring rain to normally dry areas so crops like rice and corn can grow. More about monsoons. When the monsoon does not come or it is too late, much of India experiences a shortage of crops and food. This is not good, and this is how they depend on being able to grow things like corn and rice. It says, during strong monsoons, villages, roads, and railways flood, so it's very hard to get around at times. And this is a typical day during monsoon season. You can tell that they are in a town. There are buildings. This was a street that is now up to almost their hips in water, and they're trying to get to wherever it is they're going. Okay. In the winter time, the monsoon changes direction, and then the cold winds come off of the Himalayas and blow into the Indian subcontinent. Okay. During the monsoon months, wet winds move towards India. It brings heavy rainfall to the Himalayan mountains. The wet air moves up and over the mountains where it loses all of its moisture. And then on the other side, where the Himalayas are, it's dry and warm. Well, depending on elevation. Okay, guys, this is the end of our lesson on the geography of India. You're going to have a set of lesson questions that go along with this information. Hopefully you took good notes because you can use those notes on the lesson questions. Talk to you guys later. Bye.